As a child, your purpose is to stumble through this world blind, to fight, bleed, and grow. And if you survive, ascend to your throne, step into your godlike power, then declare that no others may mature to guarantee that none can become rivals. Where the fuck is your god now? Break down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. Love popular monster. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster. You can find this monster throughout the world of Monster Hunter wandering about. Because they ain't got no eyes!
I can't see! I can't see!
Gore Magala is the flagship of Monster Hunter 4 and tied for first place when it comes to my favorite monster. Its name, Gore Magala, is pretty interesting. The gore literally means gore, as in blood that has been shed especially as a result of violence. The Magala, in its name, is loosely translated from Aramaic that means incarnate, i.e., the name means blood and violence incarnate, which is pretty metal. And that kind of describes this monster pretty well. It has this dark and gloomy aesthetic, very edgelord, and I love that about him. Its body is covered in head to tail in purple, blackish, bluish scales? Blurple. Let's go with Blurple. The Blurple beast is 58 feet long and 4,134 pounds, which is almost as big as a train car and half the size of your mom. Gore has 4 legs and wings, which makes it similar to an elder dragon, but it's not officially one. You see, Gore is unique. The guild has never seen anything like it before. This led to discussion over how to classify it. Ultimately, they put it in the unknown category. Personally, I think it identifies as a problem, and I respect that. Pronouns aside, Gore's wings are very interesting. Right off the bat, they have a pair of hands attached to them, which allows them to punch and grab while it's punching and grabbing. While it rests, the hands sit on its back and form kind of a cape that drags along the ground behind it. I told you it was edgy. It's like a pizza cutter. All edge, no point. Another interesting fact about its wings is that they're covered in black fur. Due to its high metabolism, this fur constantly falls off, floating through the air and sticking to things. This is how Gore can see. Using the pollen-like fur, it reads heat signatures, which is awesome. It's kind of like a bat bug dragon. As its scales coat the surrounding area, its senses become heightened, and the underside of its wings starts to glow. When its senses are at their highest, its antennae unfurl and it releases enough scales into the area to cause the sky to darken, which is probably why it's called the Black Eclipse Wyvern, or the Dark Eclipse.
I can see!
I can fight!
There is one more function of those pollen-like scales. They are the vector for the pathogen of the frenzy virus. This virus is an infectious disease that can affect monsters and humans alike. It's kind of like mega rabies. The virus is non-lethal for humans, but it does result in the inability to heal naturally, and you'll receive more damage from attacks, which that might lead to your death, but we don't need to split hairs. In monsters, the virus causes a dark purple discoloration and massively increases strength, speed, and aggression, making them dangerously short-tempered and ferocious, hence why it's called the frenzy virus. Now, the interesting fact about the belligerent Burple bully is it's a baby. Gore Magala is an edgy child running around throwing a temper tantrum.
Goo goo gaga.
But if this is the child, what's the adult form? At the tail end of a reckless battle, 2 beasts find themselves in a place they don't belong. And when the master of this land appears, not even the mightiest attacks can do any harm. With its overwhelming strength, it pummels and pins down its prey. Its endless anger fills the air in the form of a deafening roar as it prepares to feast without leaving a single bone. This is Heaven's Wheel, the heavenly revolving dragon and the bright eclipse. Shagaru Magala. Our Burple baby hit puberty, and one hell of a glow up too. After it sheds its skin, it's now covered in glittering golden scales. Its antennae are now horns, and it has eyes now. Though still in the unknown classification, I can confidently say that it's a full-on elder dragon now. Shagaru is stronger, faster, and more importantly, more ferocious than ever. Its base strength is the same as a Gore Magala when it's enraged. Shagaru now has a new level of mastery over the Frenzy Virus, being able to fire powerful beams and create explosive pools of the stuff that erupt into giant pillars of energy. The virus seems to leak out of its body at all times, spreading far and wide, which is incredibly dangerous for all living creatures in the area. Shagaru's power is godlike, which is about right for an elder dragon. But something I noticed during the research is references to divinity and heaven are very frequent. A lot of the descriptions in game talk about its radiance and beauty, but don't be misled. Shagaru is not a benevolent god, but a malicious and tyrannical one. Shagaru will use the virus to stop any Gore Magalas in the area from molting. Now, for a juvenile Gore, this isn't a big deal. It's a little messed up, but it is what it is. If you're a Gore Magala in the process of shedding, something horrible happens. Why have I fallen? Why have I failed? Just as I reached the heavens where I belong, I was rejected. My destiny to be stricken down in pain and humiliation. And despair. This is the wandering malformation, chaotic Gore Magala. As a result of the trauma of being denied adulthood, this monster is a horrific halfway point. One side is a Gore Magala, while the other is a Shagaru, complete with a single vestigial eye and horn. Both are incomplete and useless. However, when in their frenzied state, the eye will seem to glow red, retaining all of the abilities of a Gore, but also tapping into the power of its adult form. This monster is extremely dangerous. The failed molting leaves it in a constant state of pain, which leads to this monster being mentally unstable, meaning it's far more aggressive and violent. As I was doing the capturing for this video, I could tell through his animations and through his attacks that Chaotic Gore is kind of insane. He's very twitchy and sporadic. Even its pin attack is so violent and energetic, full of anger and rage. You can really tell that it's in constant agony and doesn't know how to handle it. Honestly, it's probably one of the saddest monsters to me. Imagine being trapped in a half-formed body and live in constant torment, or just being stuck in puberty. Ugh. The Magalas are some of my favorite monsters. They're interesting, beautifully designed, and just so edgy. And after doing the research, I have grown to love this little blurple bug bat even more. And I know I'm not alone. When it comes to the big popularity poll, Chaotic came in at 27th, Shagaru came in at 19th, and Gore came in at 5th. Top 5, baby. That tells me that we all love this monster. I'd love to see it in Monster Hunter Wilds with a new variant or subspecies, maybe one that's like blast powder or something, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. We just got him in Sunbreak, and funny enough, much like an actual virus, anytime Gore gets in the game, it kind of spreads, getting out of control quickly. Because if you add Gore, you have to add Shagaru, And if you add Shagaru, you have to add Chaotic, and if there's any kind of event or story-relevant post-game gimmick like the Risen Elder Dragons, might as well add them there too. So we might need a little bit of a break from the baby. But hey, I could be wrong. I'd love to see these monsters in wild, beautiful graphics. Feel free to tell me your thoughts on this monster in the comments below. If you don't know what to say, how about blurple? That feels appropriate. Check out my other Monster Hunter videos. I had fun making them, and I think you'll have fun watching them. If you could do me a favor and suppress the subscribe button's molting so it can live in constant torment and agony, that would be great. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera. I hope you have a joyous day despite the world trying to tear you down. I'll see all of you beautiful monsters next time.